Now, speaking of clouds, contrails, chemtrails, quote unquote, and even UFOs, they sometimes get mixed up. Here's a look at the experts who broke down the contrail facts and the chemtrail myths. Some cloud trails that form high up in the sky are from aircraft. But are these clouds contrails or chemtrails? It's a decades-long controversy, but there are cut and dry facts separate from the myths.
Contrails is definitely a thing, you know, that's from commercial airlines, you know, it's exhaust, but chemtrails is a little different.
Chemtrails are real, according to Midland local John Forster.
They have planes that fly into the clouds to help produce rain. That's chemtrails, you know, they have that.
Cloud seeding, an experiment that started in the 1940s, eventually made people wonder if the U.S. government was spraying toxic chemicals in the atmosphere that could form into trails of clouds, thus the name chemtrails. While condensed trails of jet engine fuel, known as contrails, are scientifically proven, Curran, the Science and Operations Officer at the National Weather Service in Midland, explains why chemtrails are not a thing.
The chemtrail myth is exactly that. It is a myth because the contents of the contrails themselves are mostly water vapor ice crystals. There's no nefarious plot to seed the atmosphere with chemicals.
Some have speculated that Tennessee lawmakers are trying to get rid of chemtrails via a bill that aims to ban geoengineering measures to prevent climate change. Forster is one of the believers, and he thinks that Bill Gates is involved with chemtrails.
I mean, what else would Bill Gates be blocking out the sun with? It's got to be some kind of chemical that he's putting in some kind of sheet or something, right?
Dust, not chemicals. Gates financially backed the stratospheric controlled perturbation experiment proposed by Harvard University, which aimed to spray non-toxic sun-reflecting aerosols in the atmosphere to combat global warming. Earlier this year, however, the experiment was canceled. But Satavia, a young software company based in Cambridge, uses forecast modeling to track how contrails, not chemtrails, form so that aircraft can avoid creating contrail warming clouds in the first place.
We put the aircraft in a place where it's not going to make those contrail clouds. So that just means finding a dry place in the atmosphere to direct the aircraft.
Adam Durant, the chief executive and founder of Satavia, has worked with 12 airlines to solve the contrail problem.
By making small changes to only 5% of an airline's flight plans, so we solve the problem before the aircraft even departs, then we can solve about 80% of that climate impact by not making the contrail clouds.
The problem isn't chemicals, but the warming effect from a contrail.
As the sunlight hits the ground, it radiates some of that sunlight energy back up into the atmosphere, and the clouds themselves, since it's water vapor, and water vapor is a greenhouse gas, will reflect some of that thermal energy back down toward the ground.
Contrails are as real as chemtrails, according to Forster.
I use logic and I research, and they definitely exist.
Exist they do, but science proves no other contrail variations.
Contrails are a scientifically proven fact. Chemtrails are a myth. People will seek out what they want to seek out.
So contrails are real, but chemtrails are not real. In the studio, I'm meteorologist Ryan DePhillips, ABC Big 2 News. And for more information on the scientifically proven research about contrails and the popular conspiracy theories about chemtrails, visit yourbasin.com.